Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
How many of you who are listening now been to Naples? If you live in South Florida, it's absolutely a must. When I lived in South Florida all my life, or most of my life, we had to take this little narrow road over to the West Coast. But now you don't have to do that. They have wonderful, huge, I would call it an avenue, but it's not. We used to take what we call Tiger Tail, wasn't it? And I'm talking now to Mick Moore, who is the third generation owner of the Vanderbilt Beach Resort, and he knows about all this. So was it called Tiger Tail when we went over from the east to the west?
No, I think it was actually Tamiami Trail.
Tamiami Trail, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's right, I was thinking of the Seminoles. And now it's a wonderful way to get there. You don't have any problems, and I think from here in South Florida it takes less than 2 hours, doesn't it?
That's right. From Fort Lauderdale or so,
right.
It's about an hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and from the Miami area, it might be 2 hours, and from Boca, it might be about an hour and 45 minutes or so. And it is a very easy trip. It's just straight across on the other side of the Everglades, and it's almost all highways, so it's very easy to get here.
Right. And of course, you're saying that have you lived, even though your family, I gather, was a third generation, but did you live there all the time, or did you live other places?
I moved to Naples when I was about 7 years old. My grandfather purchased the hotel in 1968, and it was really the only thing on Vanderbilt Beach in Naples. In fact, they used to have to use a Jeep to get to the hotel.
No kidding.
He and my grandmother moved down here at that time, and my father and mother and our family, we were in Vermont, and we moved down here when I was 7 in about 1975, 76. And we've been living here ever since. And I've gone away to college and come back. Of course, I had to put in some time in the East Coast and realize how special Southwest Florida is for me to come back and raise my family here and now run the business.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm so glad to hear this. I really like Naples a lot. And the thing is, when it's so diverse, besides having the best sunrises. Oh, I don't know. We don't get those same kind of sunrises here. You know that? In South Florida?
Yeah. We have great, great sunsets. We've got great shopping, great dining, great beaches. And Naples, even though it's grown considerably since I first moved down here, it still has a low-key atmosphere that, most people like. It's a little different from the hustle and bustle of the East Coast, which, of course, living here on the West Coast, we go over to the East Coast for some excitement and fun. And but I know a lot of our guests from Florida who are from the East Coast of Florida come over here because they feel like they shift down a couple speeds. Mm-hmm. And it's really kind of an old Florida experience, especially at our property, since we're a small hotel right on the beach, family owned. It's a little bit of the older style of Florida, very casual, very relaxed. And, it's just something that's special. You don't find too much of it anymore.
Yes, you don't. And I did mean sunset. I didn't mean sunrises, because we get our sunrises here, but your sunsets are pink and blue, and people wouldn't even believe it. In fact, I have seen artists. You always have art shows, I know, when I go there, and they have canvases where you say, that's not possible. But it is. That's what they've done. They've captured that. So let's talk a little bit about your hotel. So if someone goes there, and of course I want to tell about the excitement that you've put together. Mick has made it so easy and so inexpensive. So it's a 2-night Gulfside mini vacation, and it's in Naples, Florida, which is very similar to Beverly Hills and Palm Beach without the same cost. I have to say that. It's gorgeous, and it's very exclusive in a way, but yet everybody fits in there, whether you have the most beautiful clothing or you're just wearing anything casual. But it's a mini vacation, and listen to this, it's only $220 per person, and this is going to end October the 21st. So you really want to go and get this. So do you want to tell us a little bit about this instead of my reading it?
Sure, you can kind of tell people a little bit about it, but I'll give you some of the background of it. This is something that my father first started doing many, many years ago. And what it is, it's a very nice combination of nightly accommodations right here on the beach in Naples at our small boutique hotel, along with breakfast each morning in the Turtle Club restaurant, which is our restaurant on site here. And then you get some meals and attraction vouchers to use at different things around town. So it's a good way to come over, and you have things that are built in, kind of, that you can do, that you can choose from. The restaurant on site at the hotel is called the Turtle Club Restaurant, and it's open for breakfast for guests only, but then we're open for lunch and dinner. And it really is. The Turtle Club is probably much more well known than the hotel now. It was started in 1999, and it's a fine dining restaurant, especially in the evening. And it is one of the very few places in all of Naples where you can sit pretty much right on the beach. And we're very well known at night for being able to sit and watch the sunset. And it's routinely, when you look at lists of the top 10, 15 restaurants in Naples, and by now there's, probably 100 or more excellent restaurants in Naples, the Turtle Club is usually listed within the top 10. And that's right on site. So with your mini vacation special, you have accommodations for 2 nights, checking in on any Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. You get breakfast each morning in the Turtle Club restaurant. It's just a continental breakfast. You receive a lunch voucher. Each person receives a lunch voucher. It's $12 for lunch one day at your choice of 7 different restaurants. And you can you'll enjoy an additional lunch voucher per person at the Turtle Club. And then the dinner voucher is worth $27, and that's for dinner one evening. It includes a complimentary drink or wine, and you also get 10% of your second evening dinner at the Turtle Club. And there's a number of restaurants to choose from. There's an Asian restaurant, an Italian restaurant, 2 different casual restaurants. So it's a great way to kind of include some accommodation, some dining, and then the attraction ticket entitles people to one of the following different attractions. We have a local Holocaust museum, which is excellent, includes admission to that. Admission to the Naples Botanical Garden, which is a beautiful, pretty much world-class botanical gardens. There's a sightseeing trolley tour of Naples. There's a little extra $5 fee for that one. And then there's a boat cruise, which goes through the southern part of Naples, all the big kind of mansions of Naples. Very nice boat cruise. There's a great movie theater that includes admission to, that has the leather seats, and, we'll serve a glass of wine and things like that. There's the zoo in Fort Myers, which is about 25 minutes away. There's the Edison and Fort Winter Estates, and there's a tour of that. So it includes a lot of different things, and the offer is based on 2 people, and the price, again, is for 2 nights, and then those food and attraction options is $220 per person.
Right.
So it's really quite affordable when you think of the fact that you're staying right on the beach in Naples, and you have these different meal vouchers and attractions that you can check out while you're here. And for the best information to see both pictures, we have a lot of pictures on our website of our rooms and the property, and our website is www.vanderbiltbeachresort.com. So you can go there and learn all about it. But it's something that's been very popular for years. It's something we only do in the summer, and it's really a good way to take a quick trip to Naples and get exposed to a lot of different things.
Right, and children are welcome, I know, aren't they?
Children are always welcome at the resort. We have we're a big family place. We have a lot of families come here. There's a lot of we have a pool, and the golf is great for swimming. So we have a lot of kids running around here at different times of the year. Typically, the special is only, they would have to buy some extra coupons for the kids. Mm-hmm. But kids are certainly welcome because we're a big family place.
Okay, let me get your pencils out, because I'm going to give you the number for the reservations. This is so special. I don't want any of you to miss this. It is really good. Boomer Times and our staff are so proud to offer this to you. Okay, you ready? Okay, it's 1-800-243-9076. Let's do that again. It's 1-800-243-9076, and you ask for the 2-night Gulfside mini vacation. It's $220 per person. You know, I was thinking about that when you said that, Mick, that if you went and you just tried to, even if you got a hotel room somewhere or anywhere, you know, you're paying at least $120 a night for that. And
right.
You get nothing with it. So here you are, you're getting 2 nights, 3 days with all the things that you talked about. I think you've worked very hard to make this special, haven't you? You had to really work it out and see what people would like and offer them all these goodies.
We have. It's, we alter it slightly year after year, just to take into account what people tell us about which restaurants they like and if there are any that didn't meet their expectations. So it's really been honed over probably the last 20 or 30 years. It started when Naples was a sleepy little town and my father was looking for a way to encourage people to come here in the summer. And of course now we've just continued it almost out of tradition, even though Naples is a much busier place year round. And that's why now we only offer it on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday check-ins, just because the weekends are just busier. But we're still happy to offer it. We love it when people come over and check us out. A lot of people, sometimes they come over in groups. They'll get 3, 4, 5, 6 couples together from a community and come over, and they'll really make a high time of it.
Oh, absolutely. And the white sand, if you haven't been to the West Coast, the white sand is glorious. And I don't know if you still have them. I remember we would go there and get those little sand dollars. Do they still come out there in the sand?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have, the Gulf is very peaceful generally, and so it's very easy to go in the water, unlike the Atlantic. And you wade out to the sandbar, which is not very far out, and your feet are in the sand in the Gulf, and you can feel those sand dollars. You can almost just pick them up by curling your toes around them and put them in your hand, and they're all over the place. So, yeah, it is one of those special things. And we see dolphin out here every day, almost every day, and you were telling me right before we went on the air that you were here once and saw some of the wildlife. We still have an amazing amount of wildlife around, both birds, wading birds on the beach, a lot of dolphins. We just see all sorts of things. So it's still a peaceful, tranquil bit of paradise over here, even though it's grown. And of course, in the summer, it's it feels like you're on a tropical island, as it does in most of Florida. But we just love being able to show our property to other people and love it when people appreciate what we do. We have a lot of orchids on the property.
Oh, really? That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on your website, I think I see that.
We have a lovely garden with a lot of orchids that have attached themselves to the trees and bromeliads, and so it's really a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it's more than just a nice place. It's really like a paradise in a sense, because it's so close to South Florida here. You see, if you all want to go anywhere that's really interesting, you pretty much have to go either further north somewhere or down to Key West, and it's still not the same. Naples is unique, and for those of you who have never been there, shame on you. You need to go, and especially to a place as luxurious as this. So, even the name, Vanderbilt, I mean, how, it's got to be pretty special, and it's been around for a long time, and of course we're talking to the person whose family started this, and this is and his name is Mick Moore. And you said it was a third generation, so your dad started it. No, your grandfather started it, then your dad took over. So where's your dad now?
So my grandfather started it, and he passed away, and my dad took over, and I was, of course, just a little kid who would be running around the property occasionally. And so my dad is semi-retired now. He spends the summers in Maine with my mom. They have a house up there, and then he's back down here in the winter. But he's pretty much handed the reins down to me.
Huh.
And I am married and have two girls who are both in high school, and they are, they have big plans to go off and see the world, which they should do. But
Right.
the oldest one has already said to me in a quiet tone, "Please don't sell the hotel."
Oh.
And I said, "Well, I'll make you the same deal that my father made me. I'm not going to sell it or do anything until you get out of school, go see the world a little bit, and then you can decide whether, the life that you are dreaming about now is really going to be all it's cracked up to be, or whether this small piece of paradise looks more appealing after a few years in a city somewhere." So it's still a family tradition, and we're one of the few places, probably only one of two, and I believe the other place has just sold. We're really the last family hotel on the beach in Naples. And we don't intend to go anywhere. We've had lots of offers, but we just love the hospitality business. My father taught me from a young age. He told me that what we do is special because we give people the opportunity to come and rest and recharge and spend quality time with their families. And he said that's the most important thing in the world. And we make memories for people. People get to relax and enjoy each other, and they make memories that they'll have forever. And that's pretty special to be a part of that. And we take a lot of pride in trying to do that the right way.
Yeah, well, you certainly have. And I was just looking at something. So your grandfather was Bob Moore, right? But
Correct.
then your father's Mike, and you're Mick.
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I think you're really a great father for what you just told your daughters, too. And I hope that they decide to stay because it is unique. And I just want everyone to know again, let's go over the costs and all, because I really want you to consider going there. And you only have actually till October the 31st because, it's the 31st. And it's only $220 per person. And you get everything. You get your 2 nights, you get your 3 days, but you're getting breakfast, you're getting different lunches, you're getting tickets to go to different places. It's a real buy. And actually, once you get over to Naples like this, I'm sure you're going to go back again because that's the kind of place, if they talk about sand in your shoes, that's what you're going to get. And it's white sand, and it's beautiful. And so it's called a 2-night Gulfside mini vacation in Naples, and it has everything. And so for people who have been there already and you haven't stayed here, at their wonderful Vanderbilt resort, then that's what you need to do. I mean, people spend a lot more than $220 on things, but to get three wonderful days, and some people may even want to beef that up and stay another day or two. That might not be enough time.
Well, absolutely, and people do that all the time. In fact, we have a regular stream of people coming into the office saying, "I have to leave tomorrow," and then they'll say, "Well, maybe I'll extend a day." And we have some people who extend day after day.
Right.
And the reason we're able to keep the prices so low, because even our regular prices are the lowest in town for the beach, and it's because we're family owned and operated. We're not run by some corporation somewhere out of town who's demanding, certain numbers to satisfy their shareholders. We have a philosophy that we think that while Naples certainly has gone up in cost, we still want to make going to the beach affordable for regular people. So while we do provide excellent accommodations, and our restaurant is one of the top restaurants in town, everybody is welcome, and we're not going to raise the prices so high. We have the Ritz-Carlton right down the beach, and they'll apply a Noble House resort on the other side of the beach. And both of those are outstanding properties, but they're priced quite a bit higher than we are, and for many people, it's simply out of their price range. And you can have the same beach, and excellent accommodations and outstanding food that I would say is the same quality, and at a reasonable cost. So we believe we're a tremendous value, and the fact that our family is here, I'm here most of the time watching over things, and the owner is here, always adds a different element to any business, whether it's whether it's an auto mechanic shop that's where the owner's on site or whether it's a hotel. That's the beauty of small business in America is the owner paying attention. So I'd encourage anybody to give us a try. I think you won't be disappointed.
No, you won't. I'm going to give the phone number and the website again. Its phone number is 800-243-9076. I'm going to do that slowly because I know when people on the radio or anywhere else give you phone numbers, I can never get it. It's too fast. It's 800-243-9076. And if all else fails, just go to, get on your web and look at the Vanderbilt Beach Resort, and you'll find it. But let me give you a website, too. So that's VanderbiltBeachResort.com. And if you get on the website, you'll be able to see a lot of things. Your rooms, you have various rooms. Some have more beds, some have more bedrooms, right? And so people get to choose?
Well, we have a Gulfside Hotel, which has 18 rooms, and then right across the street, and it's a very narrow street, only a 2-lane, residential road, we have a 16 condominium units. Those are quite a bit bigger. Those aren't included on the special, although we do rent them out nightly as part of the hotel. So it would be any of the accommodations on the Gulf side, which are, we have several different configurations of the hotel rooms, and people would be able to see those different configurations on the website. But the Bayside condominium units are all 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a full kitchen and that type of thing, so they're quite a bit bigger. But all of our rooms, including the hotel rooms that are offered as part of this package, all of them have a full-size refrigerator and have a microwave and have actually a cooktop as well. So quite a few of our guests in, the classic old Florida fashion, when they arrive, if they want to, will go to the grocery store and get drinks and things and put in their room and sandwich things. And they can choose whether they want to eat out for every meal or, have some food in the room and eat it, during the day or at night or whenever. So it's a great setup. Most people really like it. In many ways, since all of our rooms open right up to the outside and most have balconies that the building is actually, it's not parallel to the beach, it's perpendicular, but you have kind of an angled view from a lot of the rooms. Many people say it's like having their own apartment on the beach.
Sounds like it, right? It does.
And it doesn't we're very close to the beach, so it's not a long walk. A lot of properties, you feel like you're walking forever to get to the pool or the beach. And we're the older type of property where our building was able to be built close to the beach because back in the old days, they didn't make you push the building way back. So it's,
that's a good point.
We're kind of grandfathered in that sense. So it's an easy walk to the beach, and many of our guests and clients really like the fact that it's easy to get to and from your room and the beach if you want to do that. So if someone has any other questions and they're not answered by looking at the website, feel free to call our front desk. We answer a lot of questions. We're happy to talk to you and try to answer anything you might ask.
And now you know the owner. You ask for Mick.
That's right.
He'll take care of it. And what their article, if you go into Boomer Times, you'll see them on page 6. You'll see their ad, but you'll also see the little article that talks about it, and it starts out the 3 R's: relax, recharge, and reconnect. That was good. The 3 R's. Right. And people, it's hard to go and get away from things, but I'll tell you right now, especially in the summer over there, there's not a lot of traffic there. And you really can relax and enjoy yourself. You may just go there and never leave the property. It may be so wonderful.
That's right, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people come and just stay on property the whole time. But if someone did want to leave, we have shopping and even some nightlife and different restaurants. It's all close by. And as you mentioned, in the summer, especially in September and early October, Naples is still a pretty quiet, sleepy town. It's only in the season in the winter when it starts to get more crowded. So it's a good place to come for a getaway.
It is, but I want people to know the one thing that is so fascinating, and you kind of skipped over it, but the Thomas Edison historical museum and the place where he did all his inventions. That is a gorgeous plus to go over there.
It's really an amazing property, Anita, and it's one of the most interesting things about it is, well, two things. First, you can see a lot of the original light bulbs. The original ones that he did are still working. And
Really?
They're still up there. Really. It's amazing. I think he invented them and they would last forever, and of course only after doing that did they learn that they had to create ones that would burn out. Otherwise they wouldn't make any money.
That's very funny.
And the other interesting thing about the Edison estate, or one of the many interesting things about it, is it's right next to the Firestone estate, which is from Firestone Tires. So they were good friends, Edison and Firestone. And that's fascinating. And they're beautiful properties up in Fort Myers, on the river up there. And they have great museums, and you're right, it is a real piece of American history, and it's truly beautiful and fascinating at the same time.
I once went there with a photographer. I mean, it was someone I was going with, and we walked out on this wonderful walkway that went a mile to, what is that? It was I can't remember exactly, but we saw all sorts of, plant life and all. It's a special place. I can't remember.
It is. Yeah, it's a special place.
It's a sanctuary of some sort, and we've just run out of time, Mick. But I have to tell you, I'll get over there one time, and I'm going to look for you because you're a great guest and you have a great property, and I thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you, Anita, and we look forward to seeing both you and all your listeners when you come over. So
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too, and good luck.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.